Welcome to Urban Horizons. Our mission to design and develop a metrocity. Location, geography, and demographic. Trends will all be discussed in the making of this city. The location of the city is in Colorado. The climate is very cold and snowy. Our city has access to natural resources like ores and oils. We are building a city in Colorado, specifically in this area. One of the reasons that I'm choosing Colorado is because it's the 6th fastest growing state. Colorado is also the 5th largest crude oil producing state, which is great for economic opportunities. Our city has mountains and rivers all over. This may lead to some questionable placements for households and industry. Our city is cold and snowy, with oils deep down and ores in the mountains. Challenges may occur like snow and industrial traffic. Snow causes traffic and needs of higher power usage. Industry brings a lot of traffic to one area, so we have to be careful where we put industries. To start, we can't just build apartments, houses, and expect people to move in. We have to take in accountability of services, land value, and transportation. First, laying out the city is one of the most important parts. We have to be smart about traffic and where we place services. Secondly, skipping the boring stuff like water and power. We will now place the fire, police and healthcare department around the city to maximize area services. This will help with convincing people to move in. Thirdly, education will be needed to keep citizens educated. Elementaries, high schools and university will be carefully placed with transportation and good road connection. After growing population, growth demands for commercial zones. Office zones and industry zones will skyrocket. As you can see, commercial zones are now being built. High residential housing will be used instead of low residential zones. We are using high residential zones because it produces more money and increases the population by a lot more than big spaced houses. Our area is very small, meaning we have to compact a lot of high-rise buildings in an area to maximize the population and money. We can't afford to have large spaces for low residential zones. We don't want the city to look like LA in the 70s. So environmental sustainability will be crucial to understand and use effectively. Green energy will be used instead of fossil fuels. Large solar panels will be placed near the industry area. Solar panels will reduce carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. Cars create carbon emissions which are bad for the environment. Carbon emissions warm the planet, causing climate change. Because we want this city to look good and be beneficial for the environment. Transportation like metros and monorails will help reduce carbon emissions and also benefit us, with more money and less traffic. Since the city is near a river, seawalls will make sure no flooding happens. Seawalls also look pretty, so that's cool too. Placing services in areas where everyone can have them will be essential for social equity. Every transportation hub will be accessible by the public. Hubs like metros and monorails. We recognize people who come from different religions and want to express their beliefs. Churches, synagogues, temples, and schools will be placed for people to express their beliefs. Improving public space can make people get along more. Creating squares and parks can help with this. Since our city has resources like oil and ores, We can use this to our advantage. Placing industries to extract these resources will boost the city's economy. This strategy will help our city grow bigger and more profitable. To support local businesses and improve the economy, we will have a reduced rate of 2% tax for these smaller businesses. This will produce more goods per sale. This also makes investors more interested in the city because of the lower tax rate. The lower the tax rate for the business, the more the demand for these businesses. Economic development can improve residents by empowering communities and creating job opportunities. This is what the city would look like on a map. This, however, is way too small. We want the population of this city to be at least 40, 0 or 60,000 people, so I went ahead and made it bigger to accomplish this goal. I implemented all of these strategies in the city. This updated version of the city you are looking at has about 50,000 people living in it and makes $40,000 per week. This is now what the city looks like. Chicago is a metropolis in the Midwestern United States. The city has cold, snowy days all the time. Chicago makes their money off manufacturing, printing, publishing, insurance, transportation, financial trading and services, and food processing. The city's population grew from 30,000 to over 1 million by the 1890s. Ever since then it's been growing since. 60% of land in Chicago that is for industries. Chicago has over 2.697 million people living in it today and makes over $770.7 billion in a year. Our city is a lot smaller than Chicago's. Both of our cities include transportation and make a lot of money off of it. Both cities have commercial, industry, and residential zones. 50% of my city's land use is used for housings. Chicago is a megacity while ours is way smaller.